time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Customer Modeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply, everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. It's a glorious winter day in the spring. It's been crazy, but it's, you know, it's gonna be August someday, and we're gonna be like, you remember when it was just 50?
I think that's going to be Sunday.
That's what I hear. August is coming Sunday. We're gonna have it. We're planning on
80s.
It's just gonna go right to summer. But it made me think of, lake houses are opening. You know, people are getting the docks in the water. I'm seeing like docks drive down the road now. You know, and
they drive themselves.
Yeah, it's
wow,
wild.
That's cool.
That
self-driving
great?
docks.
They're all convertible. You can't get a tire. But you know that's a big business in our area. By the way, putting docks in.
Oh,
that's like I had one of those sleeper businesses you don't think about, but
yeah,
twice a year, in and out.
Exactly, yeah. And then like building the bulkheads and stuff like that. Little quiet building, but a business.
Bulkheads,
or what do you call them? Like along the lake, so you don't lose your like the dirt just doesn't go into the.
Oh,
water. Isn't that what is that bulkhead?
No, it's not a bulkhead.
Seawall.
Yeah, seawall.
Yeah. Sorry, bulkhead's something different.
I thought some places they banned those. I can't think.
It's possible, but if you have one, you keep it up.
Yeah.
So you can keep it.
Keep it so you can keep your yard.
Yeah, because it slowly goes into the lakes.
Yeah,
out there. And there's so many lakes in the area. I mean, so many. Have you ever been to Lake Maxinkuckee, Chris?
Yeah,
it's a pretty nice lake.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Did you ever do any work down there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured because there's some pretty nice houses out there.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of indie people.
Yeah.
Indie?
Mm-hmm.
Figured they had to come from somewhere. I guess it's not that far of a drive from Indy to...
No.
A couple hours, maybe?
Yeah, maybe less, even.
Probably an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on where you're coming from there.
I guess we get... Indy goes to that lake, and then whatever lakes would be south of Indy. But then Chicago's probably...
all the northern lakes.
The lake shore, and then, all
the small lakes around here, too. Diamond and all that.
Say Winona's got some Chicago people on it.
I'm sure.
Right? That's a big one out in... Is that North Liberty?
Warsaw.
Wawasee.
Oh, that's Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's, tons of these cottages, and then some flat-out giant
mansions.
Homes, like right on the water. And there's new ones being built all the time. So it got me thinking, it's like, well, we haven't talked about this in a while. The difference between your lake house and the house you live in, and then what are some of the differences that are just automatic? Like you wouldn't probably put in your house you live in, but your lake house has it type thing. And the dock is the easy. That's the low-hanging fruit, right?
Yep.
Low-hanging
I have a dock.
there.
Yeah. I've got a lake, got a dock.
You got to get a dock. Or else what are you doing there?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, come on. But I did notice there's a new thing, at least the last couple years I've gone to Diamond Lake, that apparently, dock houses are becoming a thing. Where nobody's living in it, but
I know what you're talking about.
They build
a house for the dock.
Yeah, it's kind of like a party garage over the dock. And I can't tell you exactly where it is on Diamond, but there's one where people are partying it up on that thing, man.
Well, that's good.
Who needs a pontoon boat? The pontoon boat's there, but they're all hanging out that thing. But that's something that you don't have at your house. You might have a pool house.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah, but it's not the same vibe.
Yeah.
There's a vibe to a vacation house. And one of the things that, where I grew up on the Jersey Shore is, and I'm sure they have that here, is your beach house, every bedroom kind of is a mini ensuite. Every bedroom has a bathroom and kind of a walk-in closet.
Okay.
It's not something you'd put in your regular house. There's. Why are you looking at me like that? Does that seem extravagant?
No, it just seems. Wait,
Like
a lot of the houses we work on, they all have en suites.
No. I mean, like they might have 6 bedrooms. All of them have a bathroom and
Yeah.
a walk-in closet. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's not normal for a normal house. Is
Want
it?
to bet?
He gets me like this.
Yeah.
He does this on purpose, Joel.
I'm like, what's he talking about?
It's like every.
Where have you been?
Are you kidding? Or are
Not
you
every house. No,
But many houses have.
many
that now?
houses have. Yeah.
More than like for every kid has their own bathroom.
Yep.
Wow. Well, that you know what that is. I would say though that's got to be even on the higher end than what we're normally talking about. Or you're saying like normal houses now have that.
Yeah. I mean, just what's a normal house?
You're right.
You're talking like if you're high end.
I mean,
Typically, I
but I
mean,
think that's even beyond like normal high end. I think
no,
no. Where have I been?
Let this guy educate you here.
Yeah,
yeah, that's not uncommon.
not uncommon. When
No.
did that become uncommon? I mean, when did that become common? Sorry.
Gosh, 25 years ago
Really?
or more. People building their big homes, and every bedroom has its own bath.
I suppose if you're over
I'm not saying.
3,500 square feet, you're probably.
Yeah, I mean, you're not
That's-
gonna.
that's-
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you're building a 10,000 square foot house. Every
Okay.
bedroom's gonna have its own bathroom
Yeah, yes,
And walk-in.
and walk-in closet,
right. MC Hammer's house
and
has
big
a bathroom.
and big bedrooms. MC Hammer.
Okay, so that makes sense. I was thinking like in my mind, my square footage cap for that was like if you're like 3,500 and less,
Yeah, you're not gonna typically have.
right? If you're in the once you get to 5,
But you didn't clarify that, so
I
I, was
didn't.
just.
No,
So
I'm
wait a
not
minute.
saying I didn't earn it, Chris. I know I earned it. I take my medicine. I get it. But a vacation home, on the other hand, you might have a 3,500 square foot vacation home that has 3 of the bedrooms have their own bathroom.
Well, and especially if you're going to like rent it out or Airbnb it,
Right.
Because a lot of we're working on a couple now that's what they're doing. So
Right.
every bedroom has its own bath.
And I'm sorry, I didn't
No.
mean. I'm seeing some. I'm looking at some doing research for this. I was looking at some plans that are they're kind of like Airbnb plans now for houses that are kind of like this house is kind of pre-designed ish for you to Airbnb.
Yeah.
And I saw they all have like key locking doors.
Yeah.
My house has key locking doors, every bedroom and both rooms of the finished basement.
Your house
Like-
is a keeper house.
Yeah, right. And there's a bunch of shoes in the basement. No, that's terrible, isn't it?
Oh man.
No, but
Okay.
it is. You're right though, like because they're real locks.
Yeah.
They're not like
Yep, because we have zones that people can lock their personal effects.
Right. Yeah.
exactly.
And mechanical rooms too, because you don't want people in there messing with your mechanicals.
Exactly. Now, mine it falls short of that because my house had to have something weird in it, so my furnace and everything's just right smack in the middle. But yeah, there's a room that is clearly a closet that is secure down there, and it's totally set up for Airbnb. Like
Yep.
I bought a house that was set up for that, but I looked at plans that's their selling point.
Yeah.
Like build this house, and we've already thought of, how you're going to keep stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. But around here, though, are there a lot of Airbnb lake houses? Because in my mind, they're kind of like people's cottages, like family cottages.
I haven't looked, but I think there's a fair amount, especially on Lake Michigan.
Oh, Lake Michigan, totally.
Yeah, some of the lakes and like.
I was thinking like Diamond Lake. I'm not.
Yeah, there were, but I don't know if there are. It's been a while, but I don't know if there still are. I would think so.
I would.
It's a great
There are
vacation.
certain. I mean, and there are certain things in this area that are draws, like Notre Dame. So
Yeah.
you're gonna have some there. And
My neighborhood's full of Airbnbs for Notre Dame. Matter of fact, this weekend's graduation,
Yes, it is.
and they're in. I see them. Oklahoma tags, New Jersey tags, Massachusetts. On the houses, which generally is not really nobody's ever been a problem in my neighborhood because it's not tailgate central.
right.
Tailgate
in the graduation.
Yeah. Yeah, these are people just in town. But if you're down on Angela and you're down there in that neighborhood there, it's party central
Yeah, oh yeah.
for that.
Yep.
But you're seeing that now? You're building house. You're working with people right now, Chris, that have the Airbnb and
They're intentionally building
so that they can.
so they can rent it.
Are they going to live there too? Is that, or they're just
They're living. If they are here, they'll be in the ADU,
what's ADU?
apartment dwelling. It's over the garage.
It's a part of the house.
Oh, okay.
It's built over the garage, typically.
I was like, is that part of like a prison or in the ADU unit? Okay, so they have
It's
like
an
a living
apartment
quarters for
dwelling.
themselves.
Yeah, they have a living quarters for themselves.
Gotcha.
But the main house is for rental,
Hey, you know what? You can demand top dollar,
and they will.
and they'll get it. But when we come back, let's talk about some of the differences, not just Airbnb, but like when you're building your vacation home. What's the difference? We'll talk about that when we come back. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Customer Modeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops. And their showroom's now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors. Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We are talking about your vacation home. What's the difference? Why don't you just build the house you live in where you're going on vacation, Joel? Like, why don't you do that? Why not? It seems easy. Just duplicate your house.
Maybe somebody has.
And they were
I really would
disappointed.
not be surprised.
And they were disappointed when they went on vacation. And it felt like they were still home.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason, right? The difference is it should be different.
Yeah.
You know,
You feel like you're away.
yeah. If anybody knew a song about that, it would be Chris.
Yeah.
But do we live in our vacation homes harder than we live in our homes? Are we harder on a vacation home?
I'm not. I'm more careful because it's not my house.
Right. But if it was your house,
That I'm really hard on it.
then
You would vacation so hard.
I party hard, man.
Yeah.
I tend to think you're harder on a vacation house than you are in your regular house. Overall, wear and tear, I get it. You're in your house all the time. But I mean, you do a lot of living in that 10-day period.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where it is, too. If you're on a beach, you're going to bring in sand and, that type of thing. So
Exactly. Multiple showers. Like you're
multiple
gonna,
showers.
you're doing things you're cooking huge meals if you're cooking there, Not everybody's cooking there, but if you're on the lake,
that's kind of why you
Get to home.
get the home is
Yeah.
so that you're not eating out every night. So it's more cost effective.
And if we're saying lake house living, basically lakes have like one go-to restaurant.
Yeah.
When you go there, it's like that's
Or maybe you're in a small town that doesn't have,
Right.
So Airbnbs are perfect for that because you can cook and buy
Right.
your groceries for the week. And
exactly. And so I do think there's a little bit harder. Like there's a lot of living going on in that.
there is. I mean, you live in it differently than your home, obviously.
Yeah. And how do you account for that? Like, do you have?
You mean when you're
Yeah,
building and designing?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. When you're building and designing, do you account for that at all, Chris? If somebody's building their little vacation cottage, do you even concern yourself with
Oh
that?
yeah, because you want to put things in that are more going to be a little more durable. Fabrics that are going to hold up to who knows what. I mean,
Spilling
really,
your drink.
you're spilling your drink. You've got kids. Somebody could get sick. Maybe you bring your pet. Some of them allow pets. So
And
there's
they're just less attentive, so this stuff has to be.
you want things that are very serviceable.
Yeah.
epoxy the whole thing.
Yeah. Just in a whole epoxy home.
Yep.
Made. Can you get that done?
It can be done.
He's going to hose it down.
He says, "What's this? Why
Open
is
the
there
doors and
Why is there a fire hose next to the fireplace?" That's what's next.
Yeah.
But really, though, if you're painting, you're taking that into consideration. You might be using a paint that's a little easier to clean.
Oh, yeah.
I would behoove you, right? You should do that. I would think.
That or you're painting every time.
Because does wallpaper hold up like paint for that situation? Is there like cleanable wallpaper?
Yeah,
I'm sure
there are.
is.
I mean, you can do vinyls, which are more commercial if you want to use a vinyl paper. I mean, we use a lot of vinyl, actually.
Do they have vinyl that doesn't look like a dentist office?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes. There's some really beautiful ones.
Because that's all I can think of is that.
No, we do a lot of the vinyls that we use the most are the ones that look like grass cloth.
Oh, okay.
Because grass cloths have limited properties when you put them in a bathroom.
Yeah,
Things like that.
You're not cleaning a grass.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
So, but a vinyl looks like it and gives you the texture, and
And you can wipe it down.
you can wipe it down and
Yeah.
doesn't tear.
And it's not $600 a
Correct.
inch or whatever. the
Right.
grass is.
No,
I don't know.
it's much more affordable.
Yeah. It's like,
And it gives you a look without the worry.
but as far as building, they're built basically the same ways though. But on a lake, you have some engineering that you have to get past.
there's always
right?
the engineering on the lake that you have to do, but
Like, give us some examples of like when we say engineering, what are you talking about? Why can't you just slap a house up there?
right,
and,
yeah,
like-
no, typically you have to have the foundation engineered. If you have to have piers put in,
Do you always have to have piers put in? Is that like kind of now the way
Is
it
that based
goes?
on water tables?
yeah, it is, and then like your soils and things like that. Lately, it seems like lately a lot of times when we're doing stuff like that, we have to put piers in. So
I think there's some man-made
there's-
lakes that you probably don't have that because the lake
I
wasn't.
mean, like a reservoir or something.
Well, no, like you know how they just make like I call them town ponds.
Oh,
You know,
those are retention ponds.
but you call them retention ponds. Like go to Granger, and they all have ponds in the middle of their neighborhoods.
Yeah, no, those are retention.
I know
Detention.
detention. You get in trouble and you have to go out
Yep.
into the pond. But I think there the water table has no. That's not that pond's not there because the water table is high. It's there because they dug a hole and pulled water. You know, like. But the engineering, what are they engineering? They're just telling you what to build with. Like when you say engineering,
Structurally.
Yeah, it all has to do with the structure. So, say you have to put piers in. They do bores. You figure out how deep you have to go with your. Like we use a lot of helicals on lakes, so how deep do you have to go with your helical?
that's like a drill, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Are they metal? Or
Yeah,
are they,
yeah.
They're all metal.
Yeah.
Do you go down to find solid?
Yeah, it has
Core?
to. It has to get to a certain stability. So
And I think that's important, right? Because that
Yeah.
adds to the
Yeah.
longevity of your structure.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't want
it
the house
keeps
falling
it,
apart.
It keeps it moving. I mean, because on a lake, the ground is not as solid, right? Up on
And I'll tell you,
certain areas too, certain parts of it.
on Diamond Lake, I've been to some houses that were there 100 years, and people are like, "This house is here for 100 years," and like some of them, you can hear them move. You know, it's like, ooh,
Teeters.
I don't know if it has another 100 years. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
But they were also not built square, flat, right on the lake back then. They
Right,
were
yeah.
built back up. Yeah.
Up off of it.
It seems like people are getting closer and closer to their dock. They don't want to walk all the way out there with that cocktail because you tend to spill some of it.
Well, it just depends on the lot too,
Right.
And what you're.
How it's shaped.
Yeah.
But once you're building, that's kind of the thing, is the engineering you got to do to build.
Yeah.
The rest of the house is basically a house.
Yeah.
People are using HVAC now. They're not building cottages without
No.
insulation, and
It's
all this
houses.
stuff. Are they still building those or no? No, I was like, Chris started nodding. I was like, what?
I have to throw you off. I just wanted to,
Get me on my toes.
wanted to see your reaction.
Well, you know. But back in the day, they would build the house and there wouldn't even be insulation in the walls, right? You'd have to winterize
There's
them.
no such thing.
Right.
Well, you're right.
I know for a fact.
They were bricks. That's what they used.
Or there you've got the hollow wall
Yeah.
Right.
where the siding's nailed right to the 2x4s.
But they were, even pretty recently, they were still building homes that just, we're not going to be here in the winter at all. So,
Oh, yeah, your typical old cottage style.
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of gone now. If they're going to build it, you're building it.
Oh, on a lake?
Yeah.
Oh, those are long gone. And well, I shouldn't say that. vacation in a few of those.
There's a few left. You go to some of the smaller lakes.
That are basically fishing lakes.
Right. There's
You still have those.
shanty type
Yeah.
lodges.
You're like, where's the hot water? Oh, you got to go to that building over there. Like, what?
It's right next to the building with the bathroom.
That's right. It's like, I'm going to have to, ooh.
Is that real? Are you being serious?
No, I swear to God.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
These were
I know
primitive cottages. They were only for summer.
I know somebody named Lisa that wouldn't go there.
We actually stayed in one like that. It's over on Lake Michigan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was like, I don't know, 5 cabins.
Yeah.
And then like a wash house.
Yep. That's
rustic.
This was we used to go every year for a week, and it was like, where's the town? What we got to stay in this place.
That's one of the cool things about Lake Michigan. You can get like hyper modern, out there, crazy architecture, and you can also find yourself in a log cabin with an outhouse.
Yeah.
You know,
played a lot of cards.
There's no Wi-Fi, but there's something to be said for that. That's still a beautiful way to get away.
Get away and unplug.
Literally unplug.
Yeah, because it was a fishing lake. I mean, so we went fishing every day.
Right, and that's why you're there.
Yeah. Well, that's why the other families we went
wanted to fish. Kristen,
I fished.
You wanted to fish for about Chianti.
Well, you know, when you're sitting out there on a boat for all day and you're not catching anything, it kind of gets boring.
Well, yeah.
Quickly.
It's a big lake.
So,
but there's once you're building the house, though, it becomes a house. It's not. It's
a house.
Different than other houses.
It's a house.
Really, the difference comes in the design. And when we come back, let's talk about like. No,
well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I pulled up an article that says, nay, it is different.
The design of the house is different?
Yes.
In what way?
We're going to get into that.
I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
That's right. So come back in a minute. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential. And you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC, brought to you by Leatherman Supply. Everything, windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops in the showroom is now open right next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. I'm talking about the difference between the house you live in and if you're going to build like a vacation house. What's the difference? And we found out if you're on a lake, the difference could be you have helical piers put in to make sure that your house stays there.
Or otherwise it's a houseboat.
Yeah. Put floaties on. That's right. And not those cheap flamingo ones. You're going to need real ones. But Chris was challenging me that there's no difference between a vacation house.
Okay, let's see where.
I said you design a house like you design a house. You have bedrooms, bathrooms. So I'm interested.
Well, you know,
let's see what they say.
He's ready to fight.
I already have some ideas what you're going to say.
So this designer, we're looking at Coddington Design. They're a blogosphere design place with articles on stuff, and they also do design stuff from somewhere. And they're saying
somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where they are. I don't care either. But it says the article is how designing a vacation home is different from your primary residence. And they say it's all about the approach, which is just a fancy way.
Oh, my God.
I know, Chris's eyes just glazed over. He's like, oh, brother, that's pretension.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It is.
It's all about the approach.
But
get my pinky in the air.
You can't swing this hammer with your whole hand on it. Don't say what you're thinking, Chris, okay?
I wasn't thinking anything. Now I am.
So it's my fault.
Yeah.
But this is where they're coming from. So to achieve the vibe, you can embrace your home's architecture rather than current design trends. Your designer will be able to identify your home's architecture style, but in general, you can usually tell if it's more traditional with molding, beams, and
Putting this guy to sleep
curves,
over here.
and character, or more modern and clean. So they're saying like it's your opportunity to do something different
Then you're home.
than your home. It's an opportunity.
So they're not talking about an Airbnb. They're talking about a vacation.
Yeah, like this
Well,
is your
duh.
deal. Yeah. Nowhere in the article did they say you shouldn't have a bedroom and a kitchen.
Well, I'm just, if you have, yes, that's a no-brainer. If you're building a vacation home, you don't want it to match your home that you currently live in. It should be different.
What if you do?
That's up to you.
It would be awful. Like, did we leave? Like,
Yeah, it should be different. Because why would you duplicate the same thing? But that's up to the individual client.
and it should feel different.
It should feel different.
Because
You
why
want it
would
to
you
be
go away?
different.
Yeah,
if
like-
I were building a vacation home, I want it to be relaxing.
So here's the rub is like, okay, when you're building it, you have to put piers in because of then you're on a lake.
You're assuming you're on a lake. What if it's in a mountain?
But there's going to be definite,
There's going to be some structural things that you have to
Exactly.
take into account there as well.
and I mean, Joel, you may or may not have built a house on a mountain. I'm not sure.
Nah, I have not.
Yeah, that might be, but I'm sure there's similar things.
But there's if you're in Tennessee and you're up in and you want to have a log cabin up in the mountain.
Well, that's where I was going. Do you want to blend in with the architecture that's around you when you get there? Or is there sometimes there's probably limits to what the town will let you build? Like they may not let you build something that looks,
But if you're in the mountains, are you in a town? What jurisdiction are you under, I wonder?
I think you just build what'll stay there.
So homesteading.
Yeah, you're
Well,
paying
'cause
for
I'm
gold.
just thinking of, vacationing in Tennessee. All the homes that were up in the mountains were pretty much log cabin. But that, to me, if I wanted something modern,
You'd still build it.
why not build it?
Well, Joel, would there be a reason why you would want to? Is there a structural reason why you'd want to build a log cabin in Tennessee? Is there like a that you
No,
know
I
of?
think it's just because it's Tennessee.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of trees.
No, if you're building a log cabin, you want that in the woods.
Yeah.
You don't just want it out like wherever.
What's really cool is really though when you go to Tennessee and you're like go to a log cabin that's in the middle of the woods, they're actually hard to see. Like they actually kind of blend in a little. Like I don't mean they're like totally camouflaged, but they do blend into the woods.
But what's to say you couldn't build something modern,
right.
architecturally in the mountain and have, more glass or whatever you want
Right.
for the views?
Or maybe like an alpine style, like
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that.
Frame?
yeah. I think
That'd be
that's
awesome.
cool.
I wasn't even thinking that, but I was thinking just,
Right.
something more boxy, glass, modern, concrete,
You could.
Why not?
You can do whatever you want, really.
Right.
I mean,
It's just money at that point because you're bringing in some materials that might not be.
you're not locked into like the surrounding necessarily.
Right. Now, if you're in a lake house in a lake town, that's where I'm saying you might run into some restrictions in the community that don't let you build so high. Don't let you,
Jurisdictions are going to have like certain things, depending on where you're building.
To me, if you're building a vacation home, I think you want to plan for serviceability as far as the materials you're putting in that house, so you're not a slave to it when you're there.
right. Right. That's a good point.
Like maybe you put an LVP flooring in versus hardwood, or something that's more serviceable.
Now they say that your vacation home should be personal. I mean, that's a no-brainer too. Like,
Yeah,
this
I
is
mean
like-
it's your home.
yeah, you should be.
It should reflect your style and your personality.
Yeah. But then when we were talking about, they fit right in there. Like select hardy materials that you don't have to keep up with.
Yeah,
all
you
the
don't want to
time.
be a slave. You're there to get away from all of that.
They were saying that make sure your appliances, you might have a err on the side of a hardier appliance, like hardier dishwashers, because you're going to lean on them more.
They're going to get more use.
yeah.
Heavy use.
And then, they're talking about being able to work there too. So they're saying like, if it's your house and it's your vacation home, you should plan around like you might have to do some work there. And I thought that was a good point. I don't know. I think most people think that way now too.
Well, because we're so connected with our, phones, and when I go on vacation, I still check my emails and things of that nature and respond. So yeah, that makes sense to me.
This the purpose of your vacation home, though, you shouldn't lose the purpose of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, the purpose is escape.
Yeah.
A vacation.
And so
Relax.
When you help people design there, do you often like suggest that it's like away, like the work area is kind of like away?
It depends.
Like an office or
Almost like an office. Like
No, it's incorporated into something else, kitchen or whatever.
that's how you generally do it.
that way there's not just one designated space, so that it doesn't feel so much like
Well, and it depends. Again, it depends on the need of the client and what your situation is.
Right.
We're working with one now that specifically requested a desk for work, into a very, very small condo. So it took a little thought, but we came up with
Right.
a way to build in desk in the bedrooms so they would have a space to work while they're here.
And if you think about it, if you're going to go to the lake for the summer, well, you're guaranteed to be doing something.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
definitely.
a guarantee. If it's like a weekend, okay. If you're going there on the weekends, maybe it's not. You only need to make sure you have good Wi-Fi. But if you're going for an extended period of time, yeah, you probably
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
a setup
for sure.
for that. It's like, and they also
Gosh, wouldn't it
mentioned.
be nice to go away for a whole summer?
I mean, I think it happens all the time.
I'm more than we realize, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Does it?
It really does.
Not for you and I.
No.
Not for us.
Not for us.
I'm telling you, I'm sure on Lake Michigan, that's
Oh.
happening.
Right now,
Yeah,
we're coming for the summer.
right. Because even if you work in the city, it's not a terrible commute.
Well, and anymore, so many people work from home.
Right.
So,
Or a couple days a week they can
Yeah.
be at home.
yep.
And then it's kind of like, that's not that, it's only a hassle for the person that has to go back
Yeah.
into the city, I suppose. But they were also talking about like the outside, which we don't really talk about too much, but they were saying your outside situation is totally different because of you got parking, you got like play area you have to think of, and not just for kids, but like adult play areas, like having
Wait. So, for your summer home or your vacation home?
yeah, like rethinking that because it's a lot of entertaining. They're saying like, look, you're entertaining yourself there actually.
Well, but I know a lot of people live on lakes that they entertain other people all summer long. People are in and out.
Just coming and going.
It's their everyday home, but they also do a lot of entertaining.
Right.
We'll have a lot of guests throughout the summer.
And one of the things that's surprising, we don't have a lot of time to talk about it, but they were saying, look, if you're building and you can build whatever you want, build an area so that you have plenty of storage because people at their vacation home tend to forget that you need like actual storage, like long-term storage.
But, I would think you'd need storage, a lot of things for outside.
Yes. And to have that dedicated.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I brought my floaties. I brought
Right.
this. I brought that. And
so they're saying like, yeah, the 2.5 car garage, the 3.5 car garage, like put a half on to that, which
brought
is a
my
good
camper.
idea. But when we come back, let's talk about some technology that should be there too. When we come back, this is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Customer Modeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops. With the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors and Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. We're talking about your vacation home and how it's exactly like the home you live in. Every single aspect of it. No, I'm just kidding. No, the differences. And we've gone through build and, how it's designed and what's in there. But when it comes to technology, I'm thinking that it's at least as technologically advanced as the house that you live in. I would think. And I would,
Nope, time to get up.
Oh, so let's
Sorry.
all wake up. But I think it's at least as technologically advanced because if you look at the appliances, let's start there. In the kitchen, your refrigerator is probably, technically, you'd probably want a little bit bigger refrigerator in your vacation.
Or multiples.
Or more than one. Or one that's not even in the kitchen, one that's like near the deck. Or
especially if you have an outdoor area and you have, a party area outside, you might want to have a refrigerator that's close to that as well.
And there's refrigerators that can handle being outside now. Like, yeah, back in the day, you didn't want to do that.
Right, yeah. They'd freeze.
It's great for mice, too. They really love being in there. But now you can get all that stuff done. And your dishwasher should be more... Like, if you're going to splurge on the dishwasher... Oh, what's going on over there?
I don't either.
Are you making saints?
Got rid of it now. Oh, no, I didn't.
Speaking of technology,
I was going to say,
somebody to help Chris.
Yes.
Technologically advanced.
You would probably want a bigger dishwasher, too, because who wants to do dishes?
I don't think you can get a bigger one. They only make them one size.
Really?
Or maybe, there again, multiple.
Multiple. Yeah, because you don't...
Stackable dishwashers.
This guy.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. But that being said, get a commercial.
Get
a restaurant one.
Get a restaurant.
You could also shower in it.
Wash the dog.
Yeah, you could just put that mutt through there. Have a little window you can watch his anguish. You know what, though? Why not? If you can afford it, they have smaller commercial units.
Those things are awesome, yeah.
Actually, the problem's not the unit. The problem is getting the right dish soap, because you probably have to go to a restaurant place or you'd oversuds the
I don't think you can put the little pods in there.
Throw them in your beer glasses in there. But honestly, we didn't talk about it, but you're everywhere. You're not going to want to bring your china to your vacation house. You're going to want to make it so everything goes in there.
Called Chinette.
Yeah. Or paper, yeah. The problem is they don't pick trash up normally on those places. Like, it's once a week, but it's like usually they're super restrictive.
Usually we go through more trash in 2 days than you do in a week. So,
and for goodness sake, don't get your Viking, pots and pans there. Be able to put them in the dishwasher and not care after a little while.
Yep, you just want it easy. You just want easy.
Like, I know when you're at home, you're on the, chef's quality stuff. But when you're on vacation, you don't need it. I don't think. I don't care what price range you're in. Well, I guess unless you have like a chef you've hired, then that person can bring whatever they want.
That's right.
Yeah.
And cook on whatever that you have.
Yeah.
So there you go. Make it work.
Yeah. So use technology to your advantage at that point. Make things easy.
Well, you want Wi-Fi.
Of course.
For sure.
And I think one of the things that article talked about was like, and you want to make sure your Wi-Fi extends
to multiple places.
Yes. Like it goes out into your yard.
And on the boat when you're in the middle of the lake. No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody gets Wi-Fi for the whole lake. That's right. 9 rounds of Wi-Fi for everybody.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, when I'm on vacation, I want less of it.
That's Wi-Fi?
Just less technology.
Less everything.
How about your tunes, though, man? You got to get your tunes.
I like music, but like...
He's got a Victrola. He's like, cranks it. Got the big, like...
Yep.
Player piano. I don't know. I just
monkey.
Play me off, Sonny.
I don't know. I don't want. I mean, yeah, that's fine to the music or whatever, but like I don't want.
But you still want to have access.
Somewhere you're going to want it.
Yeah, I just don't want as much.
Just trust me, I've been there. No Wi-Fi.
Wow, Chris, what did a part of you die?
Yeah, no TV. Nothing.
I don't think TV's is important. Hello.
Want to bet?
Man, this guy.
He's active.
Yeah.
But I don't think TV's quite as, in my opinion.
Want to bet?
But I guess if you have kids, you're going to want
to bet. What are you going? Going to sit? You get in at night, and what are you going to do? Read?
How am I going to share my vacation photos and alarm the burglars? No, you're right though. You need probably movies, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so you're right.
Well, it's helpful.
Yeah,
you don't need anything, but
they were talking about like you probably are more inclined to have some sort of built-in sound systems in your vacation home.
Really?
See, I would do that.
Yeah,
maybe.
And they were talking about like your marine, outdoor capable sound systems. Gone are the days where that...
Why wouldn't that just be a part of the whole thing?
Well, it's integrated, but inside you don't need marine
Right, yeah.
grade. I mean,
Or
that would be-
outside.
outside you would. Remember back in the day, there were like boulders that had music. Like it was like a fake boulder.
Yep. The speakers,
It's like
Yeah.
they
I
look
have-
like rocks.
I have fake dog poo that plays music right now. You heard it here first, folks. Don't you pick up
Selling
after
like
your dog?
hotcakes, I'm sure.
But now it's like they're a lot more elegant than that boulder that doesn't at all look like a boulder.
Just
You know.
looks like a piece of plastic
Yeah, it's just like a
painted to look like a stone.
yeah. Now it's like they have the lighting that you put in the walkway that has like the music, so you can be surrounded by
Yeah.
the music.
Surround sound.
Yeah,
I want to hear nature.
you could play that through the system. Just dial it up on your Spotify. I'd like to hear nature sounds on Spotify. It's there. Trust me.
Alexa.
You just did that to somebody. They're in
Yeah,
their
exactly.
kitchen listening,
Somebody is
and
Alexa right
Alexa's-
now.
Yeah, Alexa's screaming, hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Are you a homeowner or an oil painting? My goodness. No, but there's things like Sonos, obviously, and
Yep,
then like
yep.
that stuff that you're going to put in there. But I think nowadays there's not a lot of difference in technology between your house, the house you live in, and the house you're going to.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't want it that way. You know, I like having good technology in my house, and I would like to have that where I go visit. Whereas Joel's like, I'd like to just read.
I like reading.
He does. You're not a beach guy, though.
I like the beach to a point,
And then you get bored.
and then I get bored.
Right. So you go back to the house
And he reads.
and you read there.
Yeah.
A Kindle in every room.
I'd rather have a book.
Yeah. I think books are surging now. They're coming back.
It's easy, way easier to read.
Than the Kindle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Tires
Way
my eyes out. I mean, it really does tire my eyes out.
Oh, yeah.
Kindle, even like on my phone or tablet, I get a little like,
I can only do so much of that. That's
right. The book
not for me.
is still the best way to do it.
it feels better.
Yeah. And you do dog ear? You
No,
defile the book?
I have bookmarks.
He's got the crocheted bookmarks.
Yes. It's got the thing that like the lace that hangs up.
But it's epoxied.
Yeah.
He's actually, it's an epoxy. Yeah, right. And he reads naked in the naked room.
Indeed.
So there you go.
Who needs a
It's like,
bookmark?
why is the book in his lap all the time? Go get your lake house and make it yours. And thanks for listening. This has been Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.